Start recording. Okay. So I posted the CP Lab. Now, I've been in communication with Velocity, and we do have a writable disk. We have a writable 3-cylinder disk. Which is what all we need for text. But here is the caveat: you have to create a CMS only server for that. So you're gonna have to create. You're gonna do the CP Lab. You're gonna do the CP Lab with the Ubuntu guest, okay? Because I want you to turn Linux on and off. Right, that's part of the lab, turning Linux on and off while in CP. Now you can't do that. You can't turn Linux on and off with the CMS only because the way they have it, the image is not attached to the guest, so it's only CMS, and it's just so people can learn CMS. But it has a writable drive, whereas the one with Ubuntu doesn't have a writable drive, so you won't need it. So I'm going to show you some CMS stuff today. CP Lab, I give you till a week from Sunday to complete that, and if you need more time, because you have to configure an SSL client, which you should be familiar with anyways, IT students, and that may cause you, that may trip you up somewhat. But so let's do first things first here. Don't think we're gonna need this. So you're gonna go to ZPro. Hopefully I can get to it today. Okay, yeah, getting to it. I'm going in with my student ID, not my admin ID. And what you're gonna need to do is create a server. Request a CMS virtual machine. CMS virtual machine. You click it, and I've already created one. I don't want to create needless servers, but you fill in the information, and it's going to give you the CMS credentials. Now you log into it the same way you do with the guest, with the directions in the CP Lab. I've modified the CP Lab to scale it down for because we have much more limited servers in terms of what they can do. But now I've got to edit the CMS Lab also. But when you get it, and it will have a number, right? So let's say you get your credentials, and you're gonna get this client. And I'll show you how to. There's a movie to show you how to download the 3270 client for those of you that haven't done it. Some of you have. Those that are in 340 have done it. I'm just gonna log off from this one. Now again, this is the CP Lab. So this is a CMS only server. No, I'm sorry. This is the CMS Lab. This is a CMS only guest, and there's not a Linux server attached to it. So you're gonna have some credentials. NCSX. This is 0402. Yours is whatever it is. And what did I make the email? I made that, and you'll log into it. Now, when you come on in, you're going to be in VM. I mean, I'm sorry, in CMS. You're always in VM. You're going to be in CMS. Okay. Lab out here. So probably the first thing that I'm going to want you to do is, yeah, so you're in CMS. Now, if you aren't in CMS, let's say you come in and it's in CP for whatever reason, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop CMS. CP, because I'm sending this command to the hypervisor. Okay, so you can see down here at the bottom right where it says CP read means I'm in CMS. And I mean, I'm sorry, it means I'm in CP. And I'm going to start CMS. I'm going to say IPL. I don't have to say hashtag CP because I'm in CP. IPL CMS. That starts CPS. And the way you know you're in CPS is that you see VM read over here to the side. So one of the things I'm going to want you to do is, what do I have you do? I tell you that when it's going to run something called a profile exec script, and we're going to take a look at that today. We're going to take a look at that momentarily. Well, let's just take a look at it now, right? So I'm going to say file L, profile exec on mode A, profile exec. Now exec just means this is a rec script that's executable. No, I don't want to edit it. Okay, I should have said type. So I may add this type profile exec A. And so this is what your profile looks like. So it touches the virtual 191 disk. That's a mini disk that's read writable, right? And it says if the mode for A is read writable, don't do anything. That this is a script that they just modified. So they know it was set to be read write, and they know it's read write. So it doesn't do anything. Okay, and that's all the profile does. It assigns you a mini disk 191 with 3 cylinders, and it says it's read writable. So that's what your profile looks like. Let's look at a couple more. Now see, I'm in file L, that's short for file list A, mode A. Mode A is writable. And I'm in CMS, so I've got a file system. Wait a minute, I had a lot more in there. I had all kinds of. That's interesting. And I'm in the right. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So I'm not going to have you doing this because this is not going to have them. So let's go to another server. I'm going to go to the one that has the Linux running. Okay. Zero 401. And I'm going to say, now this does not have a writable mode A drive or mode A mini disk. File L A. Oh, I'm in Linux. Okay, now I'll start CMS. File L A. Okay, yeah. So these are many more. So this is the guest with the Linux server running. So I'm not going to do this for the CMS Lab, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So the PARM file is what you use to actually boot the system up, right? So this is when you boot the system. This is what runs, and this Queth here is for networking, right? It defines your networking. It attaches you to these OSA cards, 600, 601, 602. The name server here is 192.168.5.209. So that's the DNS server. So these are 3 DASD that it has access to, 200, 202, 203. 200 is where the boot sector lives. The repo that it has for this server is here, right? And that is the media. That is the media that we use to install, that they use to build the Ubuntu server. So that's that. Other interesting files. So let's look at the profile here. It's going to be a little different. Okay, so here it says that what you're doing is you're setting a key here. So if I hit F12, it's going to retrieve it's just like hitting up in Linux, the up arrow in Linux. This is a shared drive here that they're using, 592. May have some TCP/IP stuff on it or something. Again, my VM is very rusty. I taught this class for years, but I hadn't taught it for a couple of years. So, you know, the stuff is just coming back to me, and you have to play with it. Star. Yeah, I forget what this stuff means. And so this boots it here. So this boots it. This says, hey, I'm teaching the class. Can I call you back?
Yeah, okay. I'm on my way to a meeting, so I'm not sure if I'll be available, but call back.
You better be. All right, bye.
Bye, Cameron.
And so, yeah, so that's that. I'm going to move on because I want to squeeze a lot of stuff into CMS. I'm going to go back to the server that we had with the CMS only server. So that was NCSX. Again, the CMS Lab is going to be with the CMS only server, 0402. And, okay, so where was I? So we're in CMS. We know that because we see VMware at the bottom. So, you know, I'm going to have you do some commands. So I'm going to say identify. And you're going to put that screen out. Identify, spell it right. Identify. That should have worked. Okay, yeah, I spelled it wrong. So this tells me who I am, right? This is who I am. And this is the vSwitch that I'm on. I found out our network name, by the way, is NCAT INT. So we're going to look at that, although that's part of the CP lab. We'll look at that. We don't need to do the run level because we don't know what the run levels are. Well, I'm going to show you that this is probably not going to be in the lab. Oh. Oh, sorry. And F12 should bring up the last command. Oh, it's undefined. So, well, undefined. I said, well, we don't really need it, but Q CMS level. This gives us the run levels. But we haven't talked about them, so not a lot of information there. This is a real abbreviated exposure to VM. Synonym is a list of and again, when you see holding or more, you hit your clear button if you have one. Yeah. So these are abbreviations, right? These are abbreviations. It's a file called synonym, and that's what these are. These allow you to. These are just shortcuts for commands. Yeah. So for example, let's try ID. Let's try ID for identify. Right, so, yeah. And you see this, the case is not important here. Case becomes important when you're doing some Linux stuff, but in either CP or CMS, case really doesn't make any difference. Let me switch screens and go back to the chat room to see if anybody's got any comments. Nope. So if you have a message, just type it for me in chat. If you have a question or speaking to your mic. Okay, so now that's synonym. So we don't really need to do that. We don't need to do help. Well, I may just have you do the help anyway. I have to think about that. Now, there's things called, the way you read files is you punch the file to a reader. Because we don't have any time, and there's really no parallel for that in the distributed world. There's no punches and there's no readers. It goes back to the days when files were read via punch cards. So you had these cards that holes would be punched into them, and it seems very archaic now, but then that was the best way they could figure out how to do it. And that is a tie to that, to going back to that technology, right? So there's a virtual reader and a virtual punch, and you punch your file to the reader, but it's a little exotic, so I'm just going to skip that part off. Take that out of lab. So let's do a QDisk as opposed to DASD. Now this is a command that I don't think will work in CP. A few commands will work in both CP and CMS. I don't think QDisk will work in CP. Well, we can find out. I don't remember. We'll just shut CMS down and just say QDisk. Yeah. So, and I start CMS again, IPL CMS, and I do a QDisk. So these are the modes, and you can see that my A disk, it has 3 cylinders. I say A disk, but it's not. It's an A mini disk. The 191 is a mini disk. It's defined from physical DASD, and but it's virtual, and it's read writable. Okay, it's read writable. The rest of them are read only. The other 2 are read only. CMS is very cool. Very cool. And these guys are going to be here this summer. Those of you that are in the Greensboro area, you can meet these guys. The entire Velocity team is going to be here. Maggie, Rich, James, Tony Noto, Barton, the owner, CEO. They're all going to be in Greensboro. Matter of fact, Barton's going to have a performance class that I always arrange a room for him to have Think about having it 4,000, 4,001 Smith Hall. And guys they pay money, like 5, 10 grand per seat for this class. Barton makes a good bit of money because Barton is like the world expert in performance testing in this environment. There's nobody on the planet knows more about this than Barton and his team. Good position to be in. So, good position to be in. I really enjoy hanging out with these guys. They're smart, but they're good people too. Okay, so I did type profile exec A. I did that already. And I'm telling it to give me profile, the type of file is an exec file, and the mode is on is A. So we saw that one already. We saw that. Okay. Now, list file is different than file list. File L is to go into editing mode. So let's say file L star space star mode A. Excuse me, it's my doctor. Hello? Just remind me about an appointment I have next week. Okay, file L is to put the file so you can edit this file. You can edit it with an editor called Xedit. So you're in the Xeditor edit now. And this one is on A, so I can modify this, but I don't want to because I might need it. And nobody mess with the profile, okay? Nobody mess with the profile because you can erase it or whatever. And then we have some problems. Now, list file just shows you. You can't edit it. It just shows you what you have. Let's do a list file for everything. Oh, that's all I got. Probably had an S mode. Yeah, I had an S mode too. So that's on my S mode. A lot of files. Yeah, that's probably the one that's shared. So I'm gonna do a turn more. 0 space 0. Hold off. And now to scroll to the end. Oh, I didn't do CP. I didn't say Simon Says. Yeah. So, and if you want to turn the hold back on, you just put turn more 60. That pauses 60 seconds. CP. Okay. What else do I want to do? I want to show you file list. I showed you list file. Yeah, do I have a pause break key? Your pause break key is the one that scroll. I don't know why I don't have a pause break key on here. Probably for this keyboard, I can look it up online, but I'm not sure. Okay, so now let's do some editing. Okay. Let's do some editing. So I'm gonna have you go and edit a synonym file, right? And so put X-edit or X, my syn, which is a type file, synonym file. So you have the editor, the name of the file, space, the type of file it is, space, where it's going to be. I'm gonna put it on A, okay? And hit I to enter input mode. So we're gonna say we want to do a couple. Erase RM, copy file, CF, rename, MV, purge, RN, and identify. Say who. Before it was ID. Okay. Hit enter twice and then say file. Save the file. Okay. Now let's save it to our A drive, our A mode. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look. My syn is the name of the file. And it's a synonym file. That's what we have. So let's see if it works. Let me see how I can get that to work. So what I've got to do is I've got to put my X-edit is rusty. Let me see if I can do it without. Nah. So I'm just going to edit it, do it the way it's supposed to be done. X-edit, my syn, synonym file. Okay. And should be able to say insert. Move, pinned. And I'm just going to put a comment here. I want to delete this one. Okay. So how do I activate it? Send, my send. Okay, cool. Hmm. 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 Should have worked. Well, anyway, we know we can. I'll see what I need to do to get that working. It's not that big of a deal to make that the synonym file, but would have been nice to see it. But at least you get an idea of how to create execs, and we've got some recs that we're gonna show. So this program is really short, so I'm gonna go ahead and type it in. I'm gonna do X. Now this is Rex that we're doing. Rex prog exec. It's an exec on A. I to start inputting data. So this is very short program. Do into 5. N equals 1. This is a loop. To 5. Say, and then say factorial. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Say the factorial of N is factorial N. So there's a function in there, factorial. End and return. end, return. Oh, no, it's not a factor. I'm putting it in here. I'm putting it in here. I'm building the a procedure. Put an argument. Okay, that should be it. Hit twice. Delete that blank line. So what is this thing doing? So I build a procedure here. I read in an argument into this procedure. If it's 1, then I return 1, and return n times factorial n minus 1. So it's going to go down. It's going to take whatever the number is and break it down. Hopefully, it's going to work. Factorial n. So why does it say that? Factorial of 1 is, that should return 1. So let's go back and see what we did wrong there. Because the loop worked fine. X prog exec A. Okay, so what did I do? Oh, yeah, I didn't close the, I closed the parent in the wrong place. Yeah. Factorial of n is factorial. that right? Factorial of n is, yeah. Okay. Bad arithmetic conversion. Factorial n is factorial n. Okay, I'm gonna get this right. Okay. N15. Say the factorial of n is n factorial. N. Looks right to me. So if it doesn't run this time, I'm just gonna let it go and fix it, you know, offline. Yeah, something's wrong with my logic. Well, not my logic, my syntax. So, but that's some simple. And there's another one in there that I would just give you the code, and you can just load the file and run it. It does. It's a desktop application. Desktop application. So I think that's all I was going to do for the CMS Lab. I'll get that program to run. I can't think of anything else that I really want you to do. There's stuff we could do if we had more mini discs, but just get you to do a little Rex and to play around with files. In the CP Lab, you're going to start and stop the Linux server as part of the lab. So let me go back to you guys. Any questions about what we did? You guys think you can handle that?
Yes.
Yeah, step by step. And then after that, we'll, you know, after the CP Lab and the CMS Lab, then we'll play around with Linux 1 for the rest of the semester. We'll do some stuff on that. Those servers are much more robust, and I think you'll have a little easier time playing around with them. That's all I got. Courtney, I'll meet with you guys on Friday at 6 online. I'll send you an email about that. If you guys need me, so you got work to do. You got the CP Lab. You can start on that now, and let's do a week from Sunday, and then the CMS Lab is going to be done. Do a week after that. So that's it. I'm glad you guys came. A lot fewer y'all this time than it was. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. Shannon Spruill's here. Carlton. Malachi, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Brianna Hunter. Yeah, okay. So we got some people here. But we're coming along. And so if you have any problems with the CP Lab, just let me know. And then that's what we'll be working on. All right. See you guys Tuesday.